Thank you, Delmarva. Because of you, we are celebrating 500 shows today. We're going to take a look back at the moments that you have helped make so special.
Another thing that is special, honoring and remembering the men and women who so bravely serve our country. Today we learn about a local veteran who traveled back to Vietnam to see how much has changed.
By the dawn's early light.
Plus, we preview the ACM salute to the troops with the sounds of music from superstars like Toby Keith, Keith Urban, and Carrie Underwood.
Okay, so Carrie Underwood knows a thing or two when it comes to high heels, but what about the men? We're going to show you a great event where men wear the heels, all for the women they love.
And this is certainly an unconditional love. Coming up, hear the story behind these two standardbreds, how they were rescued, who they rescued, and what you can do to keep these two friends united. Something
that unites friends of the humankind. Wine. With more than 8,000 varieties of grapes, how do you know the best one to taste? We're going to introduce you to a local couple who's made it their mission to help you become a wine connoisseur.
And we are in the kitchen whipping up a seafood medley, sure to have you wanting more. Delmarva Life starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from Historic Studio D. And it's right around the corner.
Memorial Day weekend.
Almost here. The National Safety Council is predicting a busy travel weekend because everybody's been stuck inside the house all winter long.
Oh, yeah.
With that in mind, they have also announced their expectations for the time between 6 p.m. Friday and midnight Monday. They say they anticipate nearly 400 traffic fatalities this year, almost 41,000 medically consulted injuries from motor vehicle collisions. This is us to you. Please do not be a statistic.
Right, right. Now, Pocomoke City is celebrating Memorial Day weekend with art. It's the fourth Friday art stroll. They're going to have local vendors to show off their art, paintings, photography, jewelry, handmade soap, just to name a few items they're going to have there. There will also be free admission to the Sturgis One-Room School and Delmarva Discovery Center. The fourth Friday art stroll is Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. on Market Street in downtown Pocomoke.
Okay. You remember we played you the funny video of the EMS guy?
Oh, yeah.
This is National EMS Week. And just to let you know, when they're not responding, they are training. This is continuing education class in Sussex County. In 1973, President Gerald Ford authorized EMS Week to celebrate EMS, its practitioners, and the important work they do responding to medical emergencies. Now, unless you're really a part of EMS, it's kind of hard to really fully appreciate everything that these people do for you and me every stinking day. So if you see an EMS, paid or volunteer, tell them thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you know the lightship Overfalls is one of only 17 remaining lightships out of a total of 179 that were built between 1820 and 1952? Take a look at it. Isn't that just pretty?
That is beautiful.
Designated a National Historic Landmark in 2011, it's one of only 7 lightships in this country that are still open to the public. The reason we're bringing that up is the opening party for Lightship Overfalls is this Friday evening in Lewis. The theme is Paint the Town Big Red. Starts at 6 o'clock, runs until 9 o'clock at the Burden Center on the University of Delaware campus in Lewis. Tickets, let's see, I believe they are $45 in advance, $50 at the door. There's a number to call to find out more. 302-593-7962.
Now, we're talking a lot about Memorial Day weekend, which is coming up. Let's look ahead to 4th of July weekend. Yeah, it is on the weekend this year. If you live in Rehoboth Beach, you could be seeing a donation letter coming soon for the 4th of July fireworks. The show is paid for entirely by donations from residents, visitors, and businesses. And the size of the show is based on how much money is raised. Kathy McGinnis, chair of Rehoboth Beach Main Street's Fireworks Committee, says, I used to joke that we raise all this money and blow it up in 15 minutes. But it's a wonderful 15 minutes.
It's a great show. It's a terrific 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
The Seaford Spade and Trowel Garden Club has a standard flower show coming up that you would probably like to see in a couple of weeks called At the Library. As fascinating as this is, guess where it's going to be? At the library. Isn't that remarkable? It's dedicated this year to Carolyn Massey, a longtime devoted and respected club member. Included are special exhibit categories for youth and photography, as well as a plant and garden item sale that will be held just outside the library. Guess what? Costs you nothing to get in. If you can make a donation, they will gratefully accept it. It's absolutely
I'm
free.
sure they would appreciate it. You know, it's prom season. A lot of the proms are over, and it seems like there's a new trend where kids or teenagers are asking celebrities out to the prom.
Yes.
Well, there's one, a special one in Connecticut. Now take a listen to this. Talia Maselli asked the Vice President of the United States to accompany her, fully expecting one of Joe Biden's aides to brush her letter off to the side.
Yeah.
That's not what happened. In fact, she received a handwritten note from Mr. Biden explaining that his schedule wouldn't allow him in Connecticut that night. But he sent her a corsage. Isn't that beautiful?
Okay, that was a good touch. I like that. Okay, so Memorial Day is always known as the opening of the pools.
Yeah.
The pools are open. There are some things that you need to remember, though. A few safety rules. Always check with your foot, just so you know exactly where the bottom is. You do want to be careful. You're not used to it, so you want to acclimate yourself to the water slowly. Don't just jump in head first. Now, once you've determined these things, where the bottom is, just exactly what the temperature of the water is, well, the next thing for you to do, just make yourself comfortable, get right in the water,
And plop down.
it's all good now.
I love horses.
It's awesome.
And still ahead on Delmarva, like, you know, we celebrate horses this time of year with the possibility of a Triple Crown winner. But what happens to them after they retire? We'll tell you about a program that tries to make sure these beautiful creatures find a secure and loving home. Plus, how you can help even if you don't have the time or space for a horse.
Now, coming up next, Memorial Day is a time to reflect on the bravery of our soldiers. WBOC's Paul Butler shares the story of a local Vietnam veteran who returned to visit a place that was not full of good memories. Why, 40 years after he was deployed to Indochina as a soldier, he made it a priority to go back.
Plus, Memorial Day on Delmarva, how you can take the time to say thank you to those who selflessly sacrifice themselves to protect me and you.
And we're also getting an early look at an all-star salute to the troops, how country music's finest are giving back this Memorial Day. Delmarva Live, we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.